Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is your CZT Vandana Krishna. Thanks for joining me for yet another Tangle Along series where we shall create a little Zentangle project together. So for today's Tangle Along, I'm going to use my Pigma Micron O1 pen in black, a pencil, a blending tool, and a square Zentangle white color tile. Right, so let us begin with our Zentangle tile and pencil here, and I will start by making a very simple string on the tile today. I'm going to start from one corner. You can do it from any corner of your tile and start by making this kind of little curvy line here, and then I'm going to draw a square, kind of like a square shape, going something like this. Alright, so this is going to be my string setup for today. So once you have this down, I will use my Micron O1 pen in black and start my tangle. Before that, I'm going to reinstate this line that I made with a pencil using my pen here. Just follow along the line by pencil and just reinstate that with a pen. So the first tangle or the pattern that we are going to use today is called as dragonair. Right, so along this line I'm going to make kind of like this stem and curling up to form a circle like this, going something like this, leaving a little space. You can make those stems as big as you want or as small as you want. So just going along one side of the line here, I'm making these stems, and once I have them all on one side, I'm going to do that on the other side too, going along like this. So just kind of stem and curling it up to form this loop. Just going like this. Alright. So once you have this down, you can color in all of these loops at the edge, just like this. So take your time and slowly color in all of these loops. Alright, so I started with this center line like a stem and these tiny little veins or stems, and curled them up to form a loop, and then filled in those loops here. So once you have this, what I'm going to do is, now starting from this one orb to the other, I'm going to make a S shape, the alphabet S. So starting from the base of this, an S shape joining this orb. Alright, so we are going to make the stroke on, assuming that there is another little loop outside the tile here. So just making the alphabet S, so going something like this. And again on the other side too, I'm going to make the same thing, but this time we're going to mirror the S. So going this way, from one orb to the other. Alright, so this is your Tangle Dragonair, rather a variation of Dragonair. So once I have this, I'm going to add just one little line going along this S here on all of them. Just going like this. Just a little gap from the original S stroke and another line following the same stroke here. Again on this side, right? So here you have the Tangle Dragonair, right? Once you have this down, I'm going to add another tangle inside this area. Alright, so the tangle that we're going to add is called as 5. Alright, so it starts with kind of this dot grid here. So I'm following along the pencil line of the string here and making my dots, going both first along the lines of the string here, so that there is a start, kind of like a start point to the dots, and my next row I will just follow the same dot that is there in the first row and continue adding my dots here. So kind of like a dot grid, we are trying to make a dot grid. So assuming this one's here, you're not going to draw it, and then another one probably over here, somewhere over here, and then here. So whatever space you have, you're going to continue making these little grids here, little dots of grids. Alright, and probably maybe I will go one more over this line too, and another one somewhere behind this dragon area. So after you have this dots, so now I'm going to add kind of petal-y shapes or the rice grain shape here, going point to point, something like this. So first I'm going to make these shapes going horizontal, one dot to the other, going one line of dots at a time, and these tiny little spaces, just assume that the petal shapes are going under the Tangle Dragonair, and just make these little shapes here. So always going dot to dot will help. Alright, so once you have these petal-y shapes across all of the dots here, you're going to do the same thing going vertical also. So if you want, you can start vertical, or you can turn your tile and do the same strokes again going horizontal. So I'm just going to continue going dot to dot here, making these. So take your time. If I'm going too fast, please pause the video, or you can watch the whole video and then take your own time to tangle later. Or if you're tangling along with me, feel free to pause the video and do it at your own pace. Don't hurry. Right, so I have all of my dots joined vertical and horizontal with these little petal shapes here. So once I have this, I'm also going to go around diagonally, making the same petal shape within each of these kind of curvy squarish shapes that are there. So going from this end to this end, something like this. So go one by one, taking your time. So whatever spaces you have, some might be a little rectanglish, some might be square, it doesn't matter. Whatever shape you have, just go along and make the petal shapes diagonally. And once you have this, we are again going to make the same shape going the other diagonal, but this time what I'm going to do is, when I start my shape and there is already the petal, the first one diagonal here, I'm just take this as if it is going below that and make these petal shapes here. So continuing the same thing, let us fill all of the shapes that is here. So if you like to tangle along with me, I do have free live sessions on my Instagram every Sunday at 5 p.m. Indian time. Please do join in. So the link to my Instagram is available in the description below this video. So you can follow me there and join my live sessions too. Alright, so I have the petals of 5. We started by making the dot grid and making the petals horizontal and then vertical, going dot by dot, and then we made going diagonally in one direction and next in the other direction. Right, so once I have all of this down, what I'm going to do is, in between these petal shapes that are there, this kind of little wonky triangles, I'm going to ink them completely, just like so, adding more contrast to the pattern 5 here. This filling in of ink, please take your time. Be mindful of where your pen is making connection with the paper. If you want, you can use a thicker nibbed pen to create or to color in these areas. But since these are tiny little spaces, I'm just using my fine nib itself for coloring in. So you can do whatever works for you. So go at your own pace and color in all of the areas that you have. Remember to breathe. Have a nice light grip on your pen. You need not hold it very tightly. Keep your drawing hand comfortable with a light grip on your pen. And slowly going one tiny little space at a time, inking all of these. The spaces in between the petals. So I have last few spaces here. So just take a minute and see if there is any space missing that you need to add ink to. So once you're happy with what you have, let us go ahead and add some shades to our tangles here. So for this tangle, Dragonair, what I'm going to do is along one side of this line, you can either do this side or this side. I'm just going to go this side, and with my pencil, I'm going to create a nice thick graphite color here. Going this way, And then with my blending tool, I'm just going to go and smoothen this out very lightly. So just going around like this. And then for my Tangle 5 here, so at these areas of the last diagonal petal that we drew, so these areas I'm just going to ink in, and also these areas where all of the petals kind of meet at this point, I'm going to add little graphite to create some depth there. So going one by one on the area, these and at these points. Right, once you have them done, along with your stump or the blending tool, just lightly blend in those little pencil marks that you made, going one by one like this. If you like the tutorials that I make here, please do like and leave a comment on the videos, and you can also add in the comments if you want to learn something in particular. I'll try and make a video. Do share with your friends or whoever you feel is interested in learning more about Zentangle. Right. So just to create a little more depth on this pattern or tangle dragonet here, I'm going to lightly thicken this center line here. Just to create more contrast and depth here. Something like this. Okay. You can add in the shades as dark or as light as you want. If you want to darken the shade a little more, I like creating the shades a little bit darker. So here you have our tangles for today, Dragonair and 5. So now it's time to add in our signature or initials. I hope you enjoyed tangling along with me. So once again, thank you for joining me, and please do share your creations and tag me so that I can have a look of all your tiles. I'll see you soon again with another Tangle Along series. Thank you. Bye.